remarkable IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
Yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Terrence got a great chance to beat him. I mean, Terrence can box, Terrence can move, Terrence can punch. You know what I mean? Terrence ain't gonna be doing like Skull.
Lennox Lewis is left stunned by Terrence Crawford's intense training for the Canelo showdown. He applauds Crawford's discipline, sharp boxing IQ, and ability to lock in with complete focus. According to Lewis, this preparation proves Crawford is not only ready, but fully equipped for the challenge.
At the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting.
Terrence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, has stressed that the magnitude of this historic showdown with Canelo Alvarez isn't overwhelming his fighter. Bomac explained there is no added pressure on Crawford, who has embraced the moment with complete focus and calmness. He described Crawford's mindset as steady, emphasizing that the Omaha native views this bout as another major challenge in his decorated career. According to Bomac, Crawford's preparation has been sharp, deliberate, and geared toward flawless execution inside the ring. The fight, he noted, isn't about the occasion itself, but about proving Crawford's status as a true pound-for-pound king. Confidently, Bomac insists his fighter is mentally prepared, physically primed, and strategically ready to shock the boxing world.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terrence because Terrence will fight the way that he's used to fighting. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terrence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're going to fight, and that's the way we're going to get the job.
People talk about this fight. They talk about the outcome of the fight. The sort of narrative online is that, look, Terrence was moving up in weight. We all know Terrence, when that fight was made with Errol Spence, it was seen as a 50-50 fight, and in reality what it was one of the most destructive performances I've ever seen. Should fans be surprised if Terrence could manage to stop him?
I think that fans are going to be surprised when he dismantled Canelo. The more time goes on, the more time Terrence can settle into that weight, the worse it's off for opponent.
The last one for me, because I know this time is now up as you were talking, so let's have one more question. If he manages to get to Canelo Alvarez, does that cement his place on the Mount Rushmore in boxing?
You just answered the question.
Rhetorical.
Legendary commentator Larry Merchant drew a compelling parallel between past iconic bouts and the upcoming Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez clash. Merchant recalled Sugar Ray Leonard's stunning victory over Marvin Hagler, a fight where many believe Leonard stood little chance. He explained that Crawford's situation is strikingly similar, a smaller, quicker, highly skilled technician stepping into the ring against a naturally bigger, stronger champion. Merchant emphasized that just as Leonard relied on speed, movement, and superior ring intelligence to outmaneuver Hagler, Crawford possesses the same attributes needed to trouble Canelo. According to Merchant, Crawford's path to victory lies in sharp footwork, precise timing, and controlling the rhythm of the fight. In his eyes, boxing history has already provided the blueprint, and Crawford has the tools, discipline, and intelligence to execute it flawlessly.
Asked the great Larry Merchant, I said, do you think Terrence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And I said, why do you say that? He said, same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and get out. That's what Ray did so effectively against Hagler.
Respected trainer Buzzy Ennis made a bold claim when analyzing the upcoming fight. He noted that Canelo Alvarez has shown frustration in the past against slick, mobile fighters, and warned that Terrence Crawford is exactly the type to exploit that weakness. Unlike opponents such as William Skull, who lack the skill to truly trouble Canelo, Crawford excels at creating angles, landing sharp counters, and putting rivals in uncomfortable positions. Ennis stressed that this fight won't come down to brute strength, but to who controls the rhythm. If Crawford can disrupt Canelo's patience and flow, it could pave the way for a career-defining victory.
If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terrence Crawford has better than a 50% chance after watching? I know we've seen him against Lara back in the day, but now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terrence got a great chance. Man. You know what I mean? Terrence can box, Terrence can move, Terrence can punch. You know what I mean? Terrence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terrence gonna punch you. You know what I mean? He's Terrence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. It's as soon as he goes to, as soon as you turn him, then is that when you start firing off?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way, the way I would have my fighter going is I'm boxing him, you know what I mean? And he coming at me, I'm hitting pop, 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 pop. And soon he gets set, I'll tie him up. Walk him to the center. You know what I mean? We goes to the ropes and do the same thing. Good. Keep on frustrating. Hit with the jab. Boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hit me, though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he got his guard in. And it's a good night.
Bernie Thaw, a key figure in Terrence Crawford's camp, delivered a strong warning to Canelo Alvarez. He declared that Canelo is tailor-made for Crawford, arguing that Alvarez's style, powerful, methodical, yet somewhat predictable, plays directly into Crawford's strengths. According to Bernie, Crawford's unmatched ability to read opponents and adjust mid-fight gives him a decisive edge. He praised Crawford's instincts, discipline, and fearlessness, emphasizing that his fighter possesses both the skill set and the courage to claim victory. Bernie was clear. Crawford isn't stepping into the super fight just to participate. He's coming to dominate, fully prepared to do whatever it takes to win.
A lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but, you know, no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, you know, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious, you know, he works hard throughout these years, so, you know, of course you're gonna, you know, you gotta count that in a factor, but in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. You know, he's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. You know, we got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing comes easy to Team Crawford, and expect us to look good on the 12th. Expect us to come out victorious September 12th.
Now, we obviously just saw his fight against Skull, and people didn't obviously enjoy it, the back foot boxing from Skull and whatever, but what fight can fans expect from Bud? Because a lot of people think that it'll be similar to that or the Charlo fight or whatever like that.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's gonna be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he gonna go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We gonna do everything we can to him. We gonna do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is gonna step to him, because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something, and he better know Crawford is coming.
In preparation for Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford has sought sparring partners capable of replicating the Mexican champion style. One notable name is Lester Martinez, a skilled professional known for strength and ring craft. Martinez has been pushing Crawford in training, applying pressure and power similar to what Canelo brings. Reports indicate Crawford has looked sharp during these sessions, adapting to Martinez's strength, while display his trademark counterpunching and precision. Working with opponents like Martinez ensures Crawford enters the ring fully adjusted to the size, power, and intensity of a true super middleweight challenge.
Preparation for sparring, like Terrence being with Lester Martinez, he's about as good a concoction you could hope for as a sparring partner. Right? I need a guy who can come forward with good timing, who's sharp, got good power in both hands. Lester Martinez for Terrence Crawford. If you're Canelo, I need a guy that can switch. I need a guy with length. I need a guy with power, with skill. He gets Darrell Valsaint, who's 6'1", 154. He switch hits, southpaw, mostly southpaw like Terrence, but can switch. Good long. His arms are almost the exact same length as Terrence Crawford. And he's a young 23-year-old good athlete. And then I don't know if Canelo's sparring with Marco Verde, who won the silver medal for Mexico, but Marco Verde would, again, 5'11", long arms, southpaw, can switch. I would think between Darrell Valsaint and Marco Verde, Canelo's getting awesome preparation. And then Terrence with Lester Martinez. This is speculative, but someone did mention it to me on Twitter when I was talking about Canelo preparing with Valsaint. They go, well, Lester Martinez had to go home with migraines and pull out of a fight, and he was sparring with Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, it's speculative, but you're like, well, if you put 2 and 2 together, if he was getting migraines from sparring Terrence Crawford and had to pull out of a fight because of it, then that must mean Terrence Crawford is doing well.
Analysts are buzzing with excitement over the stylistic clash this fight promises. Canelo Alvarez has built his reputation on a deliberate, thunderous style, applying steady pressure, conserving energy, and then unleashing explosive combinations. His vicious body shots and sharp uppercuts have broken down countless opponents. Terrence Crawford, by contrast, thrives on rhythm, improvisation, and fluid movement. With his ability to switch stances seamlessly, pivot into new angles, and strike with sudden precision, he brings a different kind of danger. Experts insist this fight isn't simply power versus speed, but calculation versus creativity. Canelo represents strength and method, while Crawford embodies adaptability, unpredictability, and sharp ring intelligence.
Predictable. I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and in spite of him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most, and maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him, maybe he can counter-punch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terrence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh.
For Terrence Crawford, winning isn't a choice, it's instinct. His career has been shaped by resilience and the ability to rise when it matters most. Preparing for Canelo, Crawford has pushed himself to the limit, building the endurance to maintain intensity across 12 grueling rounds. On the other side, reports show Canelo sharpening his arsenal by sparring with younger fighters to replicate Crawford's speed, agility, and unpredictability. Both camps clearly recognize the magnitude of this showdown and are leaving nothing to chance in their preparation.
Little fracas. It looked kind of WWE to me, but we know Crawford is coming to try to win. That's his DNA, that's his nature, and I think that's what he will attempt to do. So it will be up to Canelo to show him moving up to this weight class was a mistake. Weight classes exist for a reason. So I really like what I'm seeing. Canelo getting young sparring partners in there. He probably is giving them advice and using them for their energy. It's like 50 Cent said in Hustler's Ambition when he said, I need you to hate so I can use you for your energy, right? He's using these younger fighters because Canelo was once the young, hungry fighter, right? And now he's using these younger fighters and sparring with them and working with them as he prepares for this. Now, I think there is something on the line for both fighters. Canelo, payday, you'll want payday, I know that. And also Terrence Crawford. But this, especially for Canelo Alvarez, he's not going to want to lose this fight because it's a smaller person. I think it'll be more embarrassing.
Former champion Zab Judah offered high praise for Terrence Crawford emphasizing his sharpness, speed, and rare ability to blend power with precision. Judah confidently predicted that Crawford's mix of speed and accuracy could be enough to drop Canelo Alvarez. He described Crawford as one of the few fighters with both the natural gifts and ring intelligence to truly trouble the Mexican superstar. In Judah's view, this fight won't only be about winning rounds. It could very well hinge on Crawford producing a statement-making knockout.
Talk about the fight. What you guys think about the fight? Let's get real.
Crawford in one. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, I think Crawford.
You see how you don't believe in Crawford? You don't believe in Crawford in one?
No, Crawford in one. No, hell no. Crawford in one. No.
Okay.
Crawford by decision. I got Crawford by decision.
I got Crawford by decision too. And I got Crawford by I got Crawford by a beatdown. If he do what I think he's gonna do, be smooth early and then step it up 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. By the 9th, 10th round, you might see Canelo go sit down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If he step it up the way he's supposed to, and that I think I know that he can do. Watch what I say, y'all. Watch what I say.
Sit down.
Sit down.
By stumblage, like by balance or something like that, by hurt.
Punches putting people down. I haven't watched, but I'm telling you, that boy is strong. He's sharp. Speed.
Derek James, one of boxing's most respected trainers, offers stern warning to Canelo Alvarez. He stressed that Terence Crawford is unlike any opponent Canelo has faced before. While Alvarez has battled powerful punchers and skilled technicians, Crawford combines a rare blend of fluidity, explosiveness, and adaptability. James highlighted that Crawford is exceptionally hard to time and often thrives when the stakes are highest, performing his best under pressure. His message to Canelo was clear. He must bring his absolute best on fight night, because underestimating Crawford could prove to be a costly mistake.
I think it's a good fight. I think that it's a great challenge because I think both guys have great attributes, right? That they do, and I think they have great attributes. And I think that so we're looking to possibly see a great matchup, a great fight. And one could be an intellectual fight from Crawford, a smart, intelligent fight, and I think Canelo probably has to be the matador in this one.
He has to be the what?
Matador.
Matador, yeah.
Yeah, you got basically, let me see. No, the bull.
The bull.
Right, be the bull.
Canelo has to be the bull in this one.
You got to be, because I think you find somebody faster, more athletic. You got to put the whatever it is that he's doing, he has to be better at that than he is at any other night in his life.
But the big talk here, and the thing that I always go back to, is just the weight class. Crawford's going up 3 weight classes. The last time he fought, he went up on weight, fought Madrimov. You say you don't watch boxing, but he got, a lot of people. Madrimov.
Oh yeah, I saw that fight.
Yeah, 154.
I saw that fight.
Rising star Jaron Boots Ennis shared his thoughts on the matchup, calling it a genuine 50-50 fight. He acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's experience, size advantage, and proven dominance at higher weight classes, but also praised Terence Crawford's unmatched skill set, adaptability, and mental toughness. Ennis explained that the bout is so intriguing because both fighters have the tools to neutralize each other's strengths. He predicted fans will witness a razor-close battle where every round carries weight, and either man has the ability to walk away with the victory.
It's a good fight.
How difficult is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154, it's 168 pounds.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what are you going to have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower. Or who knows, he could be faster. I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that. Moving up weight and things like that, so it's a little harder. But I don't know. We'll see on fight night how he'll look.
What does Terence Crawford have to do to be successful in that fight?
Be smart. Take his time. Box and move. Don't sit there and not even try to bomb on him.
What about Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like White just going pressing, hit the pressing. Everything behind the stick. Catch him trying to pull out, pull back, anything. Cutting the ring off, things like that.
Is it one of those situations where you try to punch on like the smaller man, like arms,
You might have to
hips.
bully him. You might have to bully the smaller.
Former middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs, who has gone 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, offered an informed perspective on the upcoming clash. Jacobs acknowledged Canelo's status as an elite fighter, but emphasized that Terence Crawford has demonstrated the determination, sharpness, and work ethic required to compete at this level. He suggested that Crawford may need to apply pressure at key moments, forcing Canelo to prove his stamina and work rate. While admitting the challenge is enormous, Jacobs insisted Crawford has a legitimate chance. Having witnessed Crawford's training intensity firsthand, Jacobs believes the Omaha native is fully capable of rising to the occasion and shocking the world.
Canelo Alvarez, and since then, obviously, naturally, he's slightly declined.
Yeah.
Do you see this decline that people talk about?
Well, I can see in increments because Canelo, which I've always said is an amazing legendary fighter, but he fights in spurts. So sometimes it takes for the opponent to actually initialize him giving the best. When he was faced with me, the opposition that I had and what I was giving him, it was just a lot. Whether it was boxing, whether it was coming forward, but most importantly, it was the punches and bunches. And so he was forced to either stand there, wait for the right time, or be combative and go back at it. So I think that's what Crawford may have to do. Push the pressure, make Canelo fight, or maybe just play it safe, win on points, you know?
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned.